Alright, let's see if I remember how to do this. Oh, it's been a while. Take these off. Not cool enough. Let's try that again. Hey guys, it's Dom. I'm back. This is my first video for a while. I've actually been looking forward to making this, and it's for a product I use pretty much every day. It's called Wolfbite Nano by a company called AirWolf 3D. Now this is a 3D printing adhesive, for lack of a better word. So it's a liquid, comes with a foam brush, not this foam brush, but just any foam brush. You dip it in, spread a thin layer on the bed, and then voila, you turn the heated bed on, it heats up. When it starts printing, everything sticks. When it cools down, it releases. Like any number of the 3D printing adhesives at this moment in time. This one though is pretty cool. Most people when they do 3D printing use one of two things. They'll probably use glue stick or magic glue or another like stick type adhesive, and those are fine. I actually do use both of those on a regular basis as well, but there's something about using a liquid like this. It can just be so incredibly thin, especially when it's used how it's meant to be used. So Wolfbite Nano is specifically formulated for PLA. You want to get that straight off the bat. They do have versions for ABS, TPU and PETG is one model. Then I have one for nylon, one for polycarbonate, one for polypropylene. They have so many different variants, but the one I'm specifically talking about today is Nano, which is, again, the one for PLA. Starting off, I want to talk about the physical characteristics. It comes in these teeny tiny bottles. So this is, see, I took my glasses off so there wouldn't be any glare. Now I can't read anything. It's a 60 milliliter bottle, so 2 fluid ounces. And this costs $20. It will last you a while. I mean, when I said at the beginning this video was late, I've had this for about 2 months, and I've just not been able to put into words how I wanted to talk about it. But after having lost it for a week or two and having to go back to other things, I know what I want to say now. So in this teeny tiny bottle is a greenish liquid. I will put some B-roll here of the minute amount of liquid left in this bottle, but it's a translucent green liquid, and it smells so heavily of vinegar. Now, the standard malt vinegar or white vinegar, but yeah, the smell is definitely there. For someone who doesn't mind the smell of vinegar, like me, I love it. It just reminds me of fish and chips. Wow, I don't think I could have said anything more British. Anyway, it does remind me of fish and chips, and I do actually quite enjoy the smell of vinegar, so that doesn't bother me in the slightest. One of the reasons I enjoy it though is the liquid on the foam brush. You paint it on the glass, a really thin layer, and as you turn the heated bed up, the excess moisture in the fluid evaporates, just leaving a thin film over the glass. Now this means the perfect first layer. Again, I'll put some B-roll in because I don't know where I've put them at the moment. They're all scattered around my room somewhere. But the first layer, if your bed is perfectly level, the underside using Wolfbite is insane. Whenever I use Magic Goo or to a lesser extent Magic Goo, but whenever I use like masking tape or glue stick, the first layer is always a little bit uneven. It's always it's an uneven application, so the bottom part of the print is uneven. It doesn't look great. This might as well be glass. I might as well just be printing directly onto glass. I just have the benefit of this thing is going to stick. So moving on, I want to talk about some of the not quite requirements but recommendations. So they only really want you to use this on a heated glass bed. So we'll start the first thing, heated beds. They do really want you to use a heated bed, and I understand why, but it is possible to use this with an unheated bed. When I first changed over the print bed to glass on my printer, I didn't have a silicon heater mat. The old heater was a PCB heater. So I was running an unheated glass bed for a while, and I was still able to use this, but you have to let it cure in the air for about 5 minutes, which is kind of annoying, but it is still usable. But the hold isn't quite as strong, and obviously you have to wait at the beginning. But I have not gotten this to work with anything other than glass. I've tried on masking tape, I've tried on Build-Tack, I've tried on like a fiberglassy Garolite type surface. Again, nothing. This is either glass or nothing. Which, again, I'm fine with, but if you do not have a glass print bed, I'd probably stay away from this. And lastly, one of the cool things they show in the videos is when the print is finished, they let it cool down, and they lift up the build plate and they just like swipe it with their hand, and like everything just comes off. I was not able to get that to happen, usually requiring a little bit more force. Usually I was able to get it off by hand, but sometimes a little bit more. It never just like popped off for me, but I'd rather have a part be slightly harder to remove and stick perfectly than the opposite. So as I said, Wolfbite is kind of expensive. This teeny tiny 60ml bottle is just under $20, and I haven't been able to find a good UK reseller. There was one, it was Hawk 3D Proto. Unfortunately, Ben has since shut up shop, and I honestly don't know where to get it. Wolfbite themselves sent me this, and I am so happy, and I will probably end up buying a couple of bottles and importing them anyway, because it is just that good. But yeah, it's not a cheap solution to bed adhesion, I guess. But if you're doing big prints on glass and you really can't afford to have it warp, I can't say I've had a single failure since using Wolfbite Nano. Alright, that's it. I just wanted to cap the video by saying thank you to AirWolf 3D for sending over this. I know you didn't have to, you'd never heard of me before, but you decided to send me a product, and I am eternally grateful. Thank you for trusting me to do your product justice, and thank you for making an amazing product. Anyway, I've been Dom. You can find me at mobile_Dom on all important social media, and until next time, see ya.